This poem, yani the Neem Tree, is written by Mrs. Elsa Kazi. Mrs. Elsa Kazi was German by nationality. She was the wife of Allama I. Kazi. Allama I. Kazi. Here, let me tell you, I means Imdad Ali Imam Ali. His name is so long, that's why you can write in short form I. Allama I. Kazi. Who was Allama I. Kazi? Allama I. Kazi was the late Vice Chancellor of the University of Sindh, and he was also one of the one of the founding fathers of this university. He is a famous man in the history of Pakistan. He worked a lot for education. So she was the wife of Allama I. Kazi, Elsa Kazi, but she was not from Pakistan. She was from Germany. So she was born at Weimar in Germany. The country is Germany and the city is Weimar. She met Allama I. Kazi. Obviously, she was not a Pakistani woman. She was a German lady. So she met I. Kazi in 1907 in London before independence. In London, she met her husband I. Kazi. At that time, he was not her husband. And in 1910, they got married. Then after marriage, the couple would come to Sindh, and Mrs. Elsa Kazi would spend time in Sindh. She would live in London, but off and on she would come to live in Sindh. So they came to Sindh in 1911, where she spent the rest of her life visiting Europe now and again. And if she would come here, she would stay here, as well as she would go Europe now and again, means again and again. She wrote poems in German and English. The medium, the language which she would use as a poet in her writings, in her poems, in her poetry, was German language and English language. This poem is in English, as you know. And also helped her husband in writing his book Brown Girl in Search of God. This book was not written by Mrs. Elsa Kazi. I. Kazi wrote this book, but Mrs. Elsa Kazi helped her husband Allama I. Kazi to write this poem. The name of the poem is Brown Girl in Search of God. Okay, Brown Girl in Search of God is actually a book on comparative religions. She died in Hyderabad, one of the cities in Sindh. As you know, very famous city Hyderabad is. She died in Hyderabad on May 28, 1967. At that time, she was 83, almost 83 years old, and is buried beside her husband at the Sindh University campus. Now her grave is at the Sindh University campus, and her grave is beside her husband's grave. Although her husband died in 1968, she died first, then Allama I. Kazi died. But both the graves are uh, close together or besides together. Mr. I. Kazi and Allama I. Kazi, they are the personalities, we should call them pride of Pakistan. They worked a lot for education and in many other ways. Acha, one more thing I want to tell you. Yesterday you learnt Shah Abdul Latif. So Mrs. Kazi is the one who translated Shah Latif's poetry in English. I told you that Shah Latif's poetry has been translated into English. So Mrs. Elsa Kazi was one of those who translated this poetry in English, and many of the scholars think that this translation is the best among all. Other people also translated the poetry of Shah Latif, but her work is considered the best. This is something else I'm talking you. I'm telling you, I'm informing you about Mrs. Elsa Kazi, who was the German wife of Allama I. Kazi. But how she was associated with Pakistan, now you have got it. Because she married a Pakistani man, Allama I. Kazi, that's why she was associated with Pakistan. When Mrs. Elsa Kazi was living in Pakistan, she saw a neem tree because I. Kazi was from Sindh. So she saw a neem tree in Sindh. So she was a poet, it attracted her, and she wrote a poem on neem tree. And in this poem, you can imagine Mrs. Elsa Kazi is describing her feelings and composing her poetry by talking to Neem tree. It seems as if she is talking to Neem tree. She is talking to it. Directly, she is not talking to the reader. She is talking to Neem tree. Okay, now the content of the poem. I will read and side by side explain you. So please listen to me carefully. My lovely neem. Neem is one of the tree that is evergreen tree. You must have seen neem in your area or anywhere in Karachi. Actually, many where in Karachi. My lovely neem. She's calling lovely. She's talking to neem tree. Keep it in your mind. So she's saying lovely neem, my lovely neem, and she's showing that you are very valuable for me. So that's why she is putting an adjective with neem, lovely. Lovely means that looks beautiful, pyara. That intercepts sun's scorching beam. Intercepts means cross or to cross each other. Scorching, very heat, hot. Beam means rays of sun or ray of sun. सूरज की शुआएं. So she's saying that you intercept sun's scorching beam. And she's saying to the neem tree that intercepts, yani it crosses sun's beam. Yani it directly the beam of sun or the rays of sun come down and neem tree faces it. Yet bears the heat all day. Obviously, when it faces sunshine or beam of sun, so it bears heat all the day. Neem tree has to face, has to touch, the heat all day without the rain's refreshing spray. Neem tree is an evergreen tree. Without rain for many days, it remains green. It does not leave its, refreshness. So without rain's refreshing spray, here spray means small drops of water. Thou, Thou, thou. This is the word that may look stranger to you because these are not common words. Thou means you. I told you that she's talking to neem tree. It means that she's saying you charms the wanderers go away. Charm means to be attracted, but here charms means you can say finish. You finish or you lessen. Kam kar dete ho. Wanderer means a person who is walking aimlessly or who is traveling aimlessly. It means the people who live around it, yeah, who are near the neem tree in any way. So the neem tree lower their woo. Woo means distress, sorrow, somehow you can say the feeling of being uh, painful or sorrowful, sorrow or distress, boo. It lessens the wanderers, the people who live near it, yeah, who are near the neem tree. It lessens their problems. How? Because in a hot season, when someone comes under the neem tree, the shadow, the cool, breeze, it relieves you if you sit under it. The shadow of neem tree is very pleasant, everybody knows. So that's why people grow neem tree, to make the weather or to make the environment pleasant. Through pleasant environment, it lessens the feeling of being hot. So in this way, it lessens the distress of people. People feel very pleasant with soothing shade. As I told you, the people feel very pleasant if they come under it, yeah, if they are near it. So with its soothing means something that is very calm, very very gentle. So with it gentle, you can say it filters air actually into cool air, so hot air into cool air. So its soothing shade makes the wanderers or the travelers feel relieved from the heat of the sun or the sultry weather, hot weather. How strong you are. Now again she is talking to Nimri. She is saying how strong you are. She's saying Nimri, you are so strong. Strong means because Nimri stands in the hot weather. That's why she's saying that you are strong. You don't leave your place. You keep standing. How unafraid. Again, it bears the heat. It absorbs heat but it gives it gives a soothing shade. So that's why she's saying you are unafraid. You are not afraid of the weather. You don't leave things that you do. Actually, she is telling us through the example of neem tree how men should be. Like man should be like neem tree. How neem tree benefits humans or others in many ways. How green die. It's not thigh, it's die. Thy leaves in spite of all. Thy means your. Okay, you are so strong, you are so unafraid, you have to bear heat, but your leaves remain green. You don't lose, the refreshing color of green leaves. The midday flames that burn in fall. When it is midday, the heat, the sun is at its peak, and the flames, the beam now is like fire burning fall upon thy unprotected head. Thy again, thy means your, upon your unprotected head. Neem tree's head is unprotected means there is no shelter over it. It has to bear the sun or the heat of the sun or the beam of the sun, rays of the sun directly. So neem tree's head or the upper part is not covered. Could men be bold as thou and rise? Now she is asking a question in the form of suggestion, you can say. कि man should also be like you. So man can be. But she is asking to Neemtree, कि man can be like you and rise above the earth and be prominent on earth means above the earth means and be prominent among others. For what? With the sheltering arm, with the intention to help others. Shelter means to protect someone or to give space to someone or to give protection to someone. So with the sheltering arm, with open arms, with intention to help others, to get others out of their troubles. So she said, कि man should be like you, as you don't think I should not help others. You keep, doing your work. So she's talking to Neemtree in such a way to save the suffering ones from harm. Why? Because she's saying that men can save the suffering ones means people who are going through bad times or difficulties or hard time. People who are having problems in life, and everybody almost has from harm. Harm, nuksan, from sorrows, from pain, from griefs, from poverty. Poverty, is a very simple word. Poverty means the state of being poor, extremely poor. From poverty and vice. Vice means immorality or bad behavior, wicked behavior, criminal behavior. So, man, it means she is saying that man should help others for saving them or for comforting them, for lessening their troubles, their problems, through sacrifice. And it is not so easy. For this, those who do this, sometimes they have to do sacrifice. They have to sacrifice their time, because when you help someone, you have to give time, your property, maybe your skills, I can say, your time, your property, your money, sometimes your pleasures, your happiness, you have to leave to help others. So through sacrifice, like neem tree, man should be ready to help others. Could men be steadfast? Steadfast means firm in decision. In Urdu, we say atal or sabit padam. So could man be steadfast? Man should be ready, should not think, decide and then leave. No, once you have decided, so you have to carry it out. Whatever you have think, I will help someone, I will do good for others, then you have to be firm. Yes, I will do. I will not leave if the problems occur, if the situation becomes difficult. So I will leave. No, I will keep helping or keep doing my work, whatever the circumstances are. And like thee means you again. And like thee, face every fate. Fate means luck, but here you can say circumstances or situation, problems. Okay, whatever the situation is, whatever the problems are, I will not, go back. I will keep doing my work. Or one more thing, you can say patience in life as well. People who say what is going with us, we cannot tolerate. So men should have patience and courage to face any kind of situation in life. Would it not be fulfillment of life's loftiest dream? Again, in the form of a question, like a suggestion. In a question, like a suggestion, she is saying to Neem Tree, okay, if man does so, what she's saying is should be ready to help others, should sacrifice for others, should go forward to help others. So, this practice is fulfillment, completion of life's loftiest. Loftiest means highest. Lofty means high or tall. So, loftiest is the superlative degree. So, loftiest means highest or tallest. Loftiest dream. We have many dreams. We want this car, we want that degree, we want this or that. But the dream to help others, to be a good human, to be useful for the society, to be useful for the humanity, the people who need our help, the people who are in trouble, the people who, who are going through bad times. For them, we should be ready to help. So now, in few words, I'm telling you the central idea. It means that the poetess is saying the neem tree is an example for us to learn. Yani we should learn from neem tree. It teaches us to be ready or to come forward with good intention. With good intention means niyat. With good intention to help others, to lesson means kam kar dena, to lessen the problems of others, to try to solve out others problem or to get them out from their life. And for this you need sacrifice. Yani man should be ready to sacrifice for others. Sometimes we think we have to think about ourselves or our family or that's it. No, we have to think about anyone who need us, who needs our help, or we can do something for him or her. So this is all about the neem tree. I hope you have got it. Once again, I'm telling you, neem tree is an example according to Elsa Kazi. It is an example for men to be like it or to learn these things from it, how it makes the weather pleasant, how it benefits people. So men should also benefits the society or people in many ways according to. Now I am showing you words meaning. Just for your convenience, it is better to rewrite these words in your copy. So you can see, quickly take a screenshot. Okay, quickly take a screenshot of these words. You can see, for example, intercept, to cross, bear, tolerate, or carry. Thou, it's not do, it's thou. The sound of D. Thou means you. Scorching, very, very hot, extremely hot. Wanderer, wandering means when we walk aimlessly without any purpose. You know, in for as our routine, for example, one who walks or travels aimlessly. Beam, a ray of sun, or you can say rays of sun. Woo, distress or sorrow. Soothing, having gently calm effect. Something very soft, very calm, very gentle. Die, again it's not tha, it's the tha, die, it's not thigh, it's die. Die means your. Acha, there are some words I'm telling you. Thou, thy, and then thee. What kind of words these are? These are the words, they are called dialect form. It means that they are part of English, but they are spoken or they are used by particular people, yani people of particular region. Got it? You can say कि why she did not use the word you, why she said thee. She could say thou. She could say you. Why she said thou. ठीक है? So these are dialect forms of words which are associated with particular region or spoken by particular people of particular region, particular people. Okay, beta, I will answer you after the completion. Okay, so don't ask question right now, or if you have asked, I will answer you. Just wait for a while. Okay, vice, immoral and wicked behavior. criminal kind of behavior, immorality. When people do bad with others, people cheat others, people cheat on others, people harm others in many ways through cheating, especially. Sheltering, protecting. Shelter means protection. A place, shelter also means a place where you can safely live. So sheltering, protecting, and the word was sheltering arm. Arm means hand. So sheltering arm means actually here it means the intention to help others, and in the open arms to help others. Steadfast, dutifully firm. It means कि do not go back or do not leave the decision you have taken, because sometimes people think they will do this and that, but when the situation becomes difficult for them, when the circumstances are difficult for them, they leave and they think, no, we are not going to continue or we are not going to carry it out. They become afraid. So steadfast people are not afraid, they are very strong. Fate, it's a common word. Fate means luck or fortune, or you can say destiny. Loftiest, this is the superlative degree, and loftiest means highest. And another meaning given in your book is noble. Highest, the highest aim of life means noble, the aim that has nobility in it, that has a good purpose in it. Otherwise, we have many personal dreams and goals that we want to achieve. That is good to have, but nobility means that is useful for others or the society or humanity. D, U. So these are the words I wrote for you. And now, again, I'm telling you last time, take a screenshot if you haven't taken yet. Then I'll continue with some more homework for you. Okay, now, see, question answers. I told you that there are 5 questions on page number 18. I referred to page number 18, but I will show you the questions also. So there are 5 questions on page number 18, but before that 5 questions, I'm giving you these two. Who composed the poem The Neem Tree? Acha, in this kind of question, sometimes this kind of question is given to you in exams separately, only a single question. So you cannot answer कि who composed, Mrs. Elsa Kazi composed. That will be the direct answer. But how you will do it? You will directly answer the question first, and in place of who you will put Mrs. Elsa Kazi. But you will write, some basic information about Elsa Kazi, and that is given on page number 17 that I have described you also. So this question you have to do in a way, okay, first of all, direct answer, who composed, Mrs. Elsa Kazi composed obviously, and then who was Mrs. Elsa Kazi, some basic information about Mrs. Kazi you have to write down. So 3 to 4 sentences, as I told you, you have to answer in 3 to 4 sentences. Then second question is central idea. Central idea is means the basic theme or the message, what the poem actually is about, what your writer or the poet wants to, what message wants to, the writer wants to give. That is called central idea, and central idea should be very compact, very selective words should be there. Okay, if your reader, if your checker, if your examiner, if your teacher reads it, so feel good. Your teacher should feel good. Yes, my student or this student wrote it very brilliantly. So central idea you write down in your own words according to your understanding. But central idea I gave you in short question answers because it is given as a short question answer in exams. Um, Many years ago, question for central idea would be separate question, but now it is included in short. If central idea is given, it is given in short questions. That's why I gave you. But one more thing, always do central idea of the poem first, because if you, after learning, after some days, if you forget what the poem is about, yeah, if you forget something about the poem, and you read the central idea, you will recall what the poem is actually about. So central idea helps you to then answer the remaining questions or other questions successfully or in a better way. Because in poem, the poetry is in the form of poetry, but now question answers are in the form of prose. So you have to actually write down the understanding what you have about that poem. So central idea helps you to recall the poem, in few words, and then you can better write the other answers. Okay. Now I'm showing you the questions which are also on page number 18. The first question, according to the sequence, it is third. Okay, take a screenshot side by side. Okay, remember, because if it goes out, so then you will say, Miss, we haven't taken a screenshot yet. So please be quick to take a screenshot. Two questions I have given to you, and now this is the third one. How can the neem tree prevent the burning heat of the sun from troubling us? As I said, the neem tree prevents people from the troubling or from the scorching heat. So how can it prevent? You have to write down in a description, in a descriptive form, or within 3 to 4 sentences. And I hope you will easily do it. Number 4 question. Why does the poetess say that the neem tree is unafraid? Unafraid is a word we use with humans, but the poetess is saying to neem tree that you are unafraid. So why she is saying so? Unafraid is an adjective commonly associated with human, commonly used for humans, but here she is using for neem tree, and I have told you. I hope you will do this question in a good way. I want you to write, beautiful answers of these questions, because in poem it is up to you how you write the same answers with different words, but very selective words should be there. In Urdu, as we say, कि पढ़ के मजा आया. Okay, what does the neem tree look like? This is not about the apparent of neem tree. Neem tree is a green tree. It's very long. It's very tall. It is an evergreen tree. No, according to the content of the poem, you have to write down. Okay. Next is, how does the poetess compare the neem tree to man? Because this is the main question. The poetess is comparing neem tree to man. So this you have to explain in beautiful words. Okay, this is your homework, and one more page I'm showing you. That is, okay, take a screenshot. Okay, the last page I'm showing you, that is textual blanks. Just quickly take screenshot. I'm not going to read these blanks. These are from the description about the poet and the content of the poem. Take a screenshot. I think you have taken. Okay. So in your copy, you will make a title page, outline, and then words meaning you will do central idea and short question answers, but first central idea and then question answers, and lastly textual blanks you will do in copy.